So I have a riddle for everyone. If a private is off in the woods getting smoked by an NCO and he screams bloody murder, yet no one's around to hear it, does he still make a sound? Welcome to the latest and greatest installment of the Battle Bros podcast featuring Mac and Alamo. I'm Mac. This beautiful SOB, son of Boricua, is Alamo. Welcome. I don't know why I just had my NPR like national announcer voice. And welcome back. All right.
Welcome back. I would say that's
What
more
was it?
sportscaster than NPR.
Sportscast, that whole Ben Affleck thing he did. And we're back! What's going on, everybody? Glad to see you back. Glad to hear you. Glad to see you. Glad to have you here with us. Yeah, it's been a fucking week, hadn't it, folks? Holy shit.
Week, bro.
No, it's not been a freaking week. It's been a fucking week.
A fucking week. Yeah.
So if you're new to the program, welcome. If you're coming back, welcome back. We appreciate having you here. If you haven't checked us out before, if you haven't done so already, please like, subscribe, share, hit the comment button, the notification bell, all that good shit, on all of our social media platforms, including the Twitter, the Instagram, the Facebook, the YouTube, or as Alamo calls it, the YouTube. Check it all out. You'll find some good material there. It's kind of awesome because we're kind of awesome as well. Just understand that, you might not like everything you hear with us, and that's okay. We understand. We're not everyone's cup of tea. We're not everyone's favorite MRE. However, what you need to do, I speak words. What we would like for you to do
We
is
all
just
speak
remember
words
we all
sometimes.
speak words, but sometimes we speak words intelligibly.
Mm.
That would be fantastic. So, but yeah, the thing you have to remember with us is that we are here to do a certain thing, a certain task, a certain mission, hit a certain objective, hit that X. So it's not always about you folks out there, and I don't mean to say that to sound cruel, mean, or sarcastic and stuff, but just understand that sometimes it's all about you passing that message forward, and we're going to hit on that a little bit later. But if you're here already, that's a start. Thank you so much for being here. At this point in the week, I am running clearly and succinctly on personality only, and it's on fumes, and that shit's running out. So if I say some dumb stuff, consider this your WARNO. You have been advised. So thanks everybody for being here again. I know I've said that like 4 times, but again, I'm running on sweet tea and personality, and that's kind of a dangerous mix. So if you caught our show last week, what did we talk about last week, Alma? Last week was episode 62. What did we discuss? I think it was responsibility.
Responsibility, my friend.
Why did you say that with such a lisp in your voice? You like responsibility.
Responsibility.
What is the symbolism? What is the symbolism?
Yeah. That's a great
freaking movie.
That is a great role. Oh my god, he
Fantastic.
Epitomized that role.
Just straight out of left field, like a bolt from the blue. You're like, what the fuck is it? Willem Dafoe? Yeah. Agent Smecca. Smecca. So, yeah, as we were talking about last week, we talked about responsibility. This week, we're going to talk about something slightly different, kind of also important to us, not only as civilians, as veterans, as folks that are in the military. It kind of applies to everybody. So if you're listening to the podcast, settle in, buckle up, get your bonbons, your popcorn, get your coffee, your energy drink, whatever tickles that wonderful thing you call the fancy.
Very obviously, this is dependent on what time of day you're listening to us.
Valid point. And in what time zone. Maybe you want to have some tea and crumpets. Maybe you want to have some biscuits and gravy. Maybe you want to have some cheese. Cheese. Absolutely cheese. Get some bangers and mash called a day. For those British people that I just offended with my accent, I do apologize for not using the King's English. Excuse me. It is now the King's English. But yeah, I'm going to shut the hell up now. Let's get to this thing.
How's that for a piece of fried gold?
I don't know what movie that's from, so I'm gonna shut
up. Learn your references.
Scotty in the engine room of my brain's going, "We're running out of personality, Captain. I gotta give it all I got. I don't know if I got any more."
So, what are we talking about, folks? We're talking about.
I think it's funny. I think the Picard just had its season 3 finale, and everyone said it was actually pretty good from what I was reading. I've yet to watch it, so I'm hopefully going to binge it.
I'm working my way up to season 3. Actually,
have you seen the first 2?
Has been pretty good.
Season 2 is good. It's got some twists and turns in it, which is pretty awesome. But
yeah,
we'll get to that. Anyway, so this week on the Battle Bros podcast, we would like to welcome you to our conversation on the topic of drumroll. Fatigue. Yes, fatigue. What the hell is fatigue, and what do we do about it? Well,
what do we do for a club? Oh wait, no, wrong one. Sorry. I'm
trying. Okay, now I'm trying to think of a ditty. What would you do for fatigue to fuck off? Oh, that works. Yeah. Yeah. Yes. Somebody's going to steal that. Damn it. We should have copyrighted it.
Possibly.
Yeah. Anyway, fatigue is defined as a feeling of constant tiredness or weakness and can be physical, mental, or a combination of both. Okay, I'm going to read that one more time. Fatigue is defined as a feeling of constant tiredness or weakness and can be and can be physical, mental, or a combination of both. Now, something else I want everybody to pay attention to. This was also listed when we picked up the description. Fatigue is a symptom, not a condition. A symptom, not a condition. Okay? Mm-hmm. So, let's kind of start with the obvious. Let's talk about physical fatigue, and let's talk about that first and then the mental. Okay? So, physical fatigue is like, and listen, anybody that's been in the military that went through basic training, like, it sucks.
You're gonna know mental fatigue, right?
Fatigue is gonna be
physical fatigue.
Fatigue is going to be a bedfellow in a short order amount of time. It's just gonna, like, you guys are gonna be besties. Fatigue is gonna be that third battle buddy that you have. You know, it's gonna be you, your battle buddy, and fatigue, and you're just like emotional scarring. And you're just like, what the fuck did I do with my life? I wasn't ready. This guy. So
yeah.
and that how do you stop physical fatigue? Well, hey, prepare your body. Rest. That's most important. So I can tell you from the physical fatigue part of it. I'll get let me put a pin in that. We'll come back to it. So physical and mental, I'll kind of do when we talk about both of those together. So physical fatigue, how do we stop that? We get rest, we hydrate. All right. Give our body is like a car. Okay. If you're putting crap gas in the gas tank of your body, you're going to wonder why it's not exactly running really good. It's not banging on all cylinders. It's not getting good gas mileage.
And what do we mean by fuel? Well, I mean,
I'll let the nutritionist guy take care of this.
Let's just be honest, guys and gals. It's what we eat. Just plain and simple. What we eat.
Stop the insanity of eating drive-through. Sinead O'Connor didn't say that, but I paraphrased it. So, yeah. As I said, sweet tea, caffeine, and personality. And all but 3 of those are running out.
Like Mako brought up earlier, water, it's very, very important. It actually helps support your, everything, considering we're like 70% water.
Listen, man, I'm 30. I'm going to be 39 later this year. I'm 38 years old now. And I kind of consider myself a little bit of a dumbass just because, like, I'm 38 and I'm sitting there going, damn, dude, I feel a lot better when I hydrate. And you just want to have somebody walk up and go, duh, you fucking moron. Like, no shit there, retard. Just do push-ups, you. Like, you're just waiting for that guy to pop out of the woods and just smoke the dog shit out of you. Like,
oh, yeah.
Yeah, that's gonna happen.
And it's it's something that when you were in combat. I mean, shit. How often did they stress freaking? Make sure you hydrate, motherfucker. Like, really? How often was that like a thing?
So funny enough, I was actually, dude, this is amazing how this stuff works. I was conversing with one of my clients today, and he's kind of has a little bit of a hobby interest in robotics. So he was looking at all these different pictures and images on Google search,
Interesting.
and they were showing this four-legged robot that was being tested a while back as a means. It was like a squad assistant. I forget what the nomenclature was, but basically it was like this assistant. Um, it was for infantry troops, and basically it was all this thing did was just carry your ruck. You take your ruck, you throw it on this thing, and that way you're still
God.
like not carrying all that much weight and stuff. And I'm like, okay, that's cool. Like I can
Okay.
see both sides of that. If you can't carry your ruck, like don't be a grunt. First off.
Yeah.
Secondly, there is the argument to be made for being fresh and ready to go because you're not smoked, you're not broke off and fucking just beat down to a bloody damn pulp because you just
Yeah.
freaking have been walking for 20 plus miles during the day with a rucksack on, with your combat gear, with plate carrier, with water.
Precisely.
It goes on and on and on and on and just all that kind of stuff. So I can see both sides of that. You know, that's something, and not to kind of steal too much of my own thunder from what we're going to talk about here in a little bit, but like that's kind of like my way of like, you know, kind of nut up or shut up checking myself. It's like, okay, can I still go out and do this if I had to? Like,
Mm-hmm.
let's go see. So yeah, but we'll get back to that.
Yar.
So, but yeah, physical fatigue. I mean, that's it's really not that hard to prevent, but as long as you're being proactive and preemptive, like staying hydrated, you know, it's in Alamo being the nutritional hobbyist over here. You know, you can vouch for this more than anybody else. It's like if you're already pissing brown or like yellow or stuff, you're already dehydrated. It's already too late.
Fatigue.
Correct or not correct?
Fatigue, headaches, dizziness, all types of that good shit. Like you're gonna be you're gonna be feeling it. Not to mention if you're peeing brown, if you're not feeling a little bit of a sting as you're peeing, which quick little thing, folks, if you're burning as you're peeing brown, that's because there's too much acidity in your piss, and it's literally burning your urethra as it's coming out. So fucking drink water. Yeah, just had to put that
Put out that internal fire in the hose.
Yeah, exactly. So, which by the way,
I don't know
I
why
meant
I
to
just
ask
did
you,
that.
which by the way, I meant to ask you, do you prefer the milk and flick method, or do you just kind of like 1, 2, 3, and then just put it back inside the zipper?
You asked me that question a while back, and I'm still not going to answer it because it's nobody's fucking business. Okay? I'm not going to say that I'm tugging on it like a cow's udder, and I'm not going to say that I'm sitting there going, I'm not going to go, boing, and flick it and shake it back. And this is why we're best friends. Because the minute I'm just so fatigued from this week and the last couple of months. I'm just like,
shit.
what is he talking about? I'm like, son of a bitch. He's asking about my freaking post urination habits again. This bastard. I'm going to, as they say,
I gotta keep you on your toes, brother.
I'm going to say, as they say on the very popular show Wild and Out, I plead the fifth. So, which is a great game, by the way, that they do on that show. It's a great bit. So. But yeah, I mean, physical fatigue, like, dude, like, there's times, like, you kind of, I don't know, like, it's weird. Like, there's times when, like, I go out, like, about a month and a half ago, I went out, and there were a couple of tree limbs that were over the back porch of my house. So I was like, okay, you know, I borrowed a pole saw from the neighbor, and was able to take these things down. But, like, dude, I felt. It's amazing. Like, I felt better knowing that my arms were tired, my freaking triceps were smoked, my shoulder blades were just burning up and stuff. Like, I was like, yeah, okay. I feel like I did something this weekend. Because, dude, okay, sidebar. Hear me out, folks. Let's deep dive into this. I am a big firm believer and proponent of adopting the Japanese culture work week. So basically, what they do is they work 4 10-hour days. They work Monday through Thursday, and then they have a 3-day weekend. So Friday, Saturday, Sunday off. That's like having a 3-day weekend every fucking week.
Yep.
Let's make this shit happen. If we are a country of people that are opinionated and want to make things happen, let's fucking go. That's all I'm saying.
The 5-day work week was something that was actually. This is actually something that started. In case anybody doesn't know, the 5-day work week was something that was actually started back in like the fucking industrial era, when factories needed workers to consistently be in the factories. So going out there, fucking clocking in, doing the fucking whole it kind of stems from all that shit. You know what I'm saying? It was the only difference was back then, instead of 8, you were working like fucking 12s and 16s and shit. But it was
I don't know what happened, Doc. What do you mean
yeah.
I have black lung from working 6 days a week in the coal mines?
It's like, oh, that's interesting.
I
I
just
just feel
hacked
like
up a
ow.
charcoal briquette. God damn.
Yeah. Oh wait, that's not charcoal. That's piece of my lung.
Ew, it's charcoal lung butter. Ew. Smells like lung.
Oh, it's like just. Oh God, the beer Jew. Oh, it
You
smells
just
like
caught that
lung.
reference. Oh.
Nothing smells worse than lung, fellas.
Oh, Ryan, how I miss thee. How I love
Oh
thee.
my God, dude.
You
That
talking about
fucking
a
guy.
good fucker right there. That's
Oh
a
yeah.
good person.
Good old Ryan, man.
It smells like lung.
All I remember.
And then that makes me think of that line from
I think you and I, like, I was at the door, but you were like right there outside as he was rolling in, and he just goes.
you just see
Like,
that head bounce inside of a motorcycle. I'm like,
yep, yep.
ah!
Oh God.
It smells like lung. And then
It smells like lung.
for some reason, that brings me over to Jackass,
Oh
the movie
shit.
Jackass with Rake Young, when the guy's like, "Man, the 3 things I hate worse in this world are mustard, period blood," and they're just like, "Oh, period blood," because they're all from up north, so they got that way of talking.
Yeah. Oh,
This is what happened, folks. When I'm living proof and a prime example of what happens when you're fatigued to the point of not sleeping,
correct.
running on personality, supplementing sleep with caffeine, large amounts of caffeine, sweet tea, and personality, and then that shit's running out, and you're on fumes, getting ready to trying to prevent a flame out over open water in a supersonic attack aircraft. Fuck. Anyway, so
Yeah. Which, by the way, lack of sleep, huge
oh, dude,
contributor
I
to
can tell you all
fatigue.
about that. So we'll kind of
Huge.
get into I'll start bursting. So the
Yeah.
and Alma knows what I'm getting ready to say. So just bear with me. But the last like 6 to 8 months. So in September of last year, it's been kind of like just this one big whirlwind thing going on. So like September of last year, I had to take my mom to the ER because she was experiencing some issues and whatnot. Lo and behold, she's got an obstruction in her colon. So they go in and they find out, and they start doing some tests, and she has a 3 centimeter mass of stage 2 colon cancer in her sigmoid colon. So she goes in less than a week later. She has a sigmoid colon resection. They get all the junk out, thank heavens. But the issue was that she was having some. They found some lymph nodes that had been affected by the cancer, so she had to start doing chemo. She just finished her chemo this last Thursday. Yeah, it was a big deal. If you guys are, and I'm not saying this to be like, if you know me, like I'm name dropping, but if I happen to be friends with you, you can actually go on and see the post that we made. She's like, "Can I go on your Facebook page and make a post?" I'm like, why? I just want to say thanks to everybody. Oh yeah, and that yeah. Oh, I don't know where my mind went there. My bad. So, but you talk about just the last 8 months, like the look on my face right now. I just look like
You look how
I
you feel.
I look like Jim Brewer. No, I'm not stoned. I just look this way. All right, just shut up. I'm not high, which is like the running joke with Jim Brewer. But yeah, dude, you want to talk about fatigue? It's like chronic sleeplessness. It's laying awake at night. It's all this other crap. So this was kind of like a very fitting topic for this episode. You're just like, just Jesus. So but and that also, so that kind of is a good segue into the whole mental fatigue part of it. Like you're constantly tired. You like there's so our good friend Brian, who's helped contribute to the show, and he's been on the show once when we talked about mission focused mindset. We kind of have this thing like if we go, you playing with your lights here, dude? Mess with my eyeballs. Like, just pick
I
a
made
light
a,
setting, damn it!
I made a boo boo, my friend.
Quit playing with the shit.
I
So
was trying to move it, and then I was like, oh.
what you think? So Brian and Brian works as a he's interning as a counselor and all this kind of stuff. So when we get together, with him working in the counseling field and me working as an RBT, we get together and it's like, dude, we're not talking about work. We're going to talk about fun stuff. We're going to talk about like hot broads. We're going to talk about hot rods, and we're going to talk about guns. And I'm just like, all right, I can handle that. And that's just kind of like what
Pew pew.
pew 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 lifestyle, baby. Hashtag pew pew. I don't know. I don't know. I'm just saying dumb shit tonight, and it's just like, what the? It's like an out of body experience. I'm listening to myself going, did I just fucking say that? God, you're an idiot. Shut up. Pew pew life. I'm just like, who says pew pew life? Like they're a freaking badass when they're not a badass. Not this, not badass. Like, duh. So, but anyway, so yeah, and that, like you're so inundated with work and with clients and everything else going on, like you just kind of have to have that time to unwind and decompress, just like all that kind of stuff. Like it's hard to go home when you have a client you're working with who could have been physically aggressive and in trying to intimidate you, trying to injure you. Then you go home to your daughter and you're just like, hi, how's your day at work? Oh, it was great, living the dream, hashtag blessed. It's like, yeah, where's that bottle of whiskey? And then you grab that bottle out of the fridge and it's like, hello darkness, my old friend, I've come to quench your thirst again. I paraphrase that again. I know I don't want to get copyright infringements, but whatever.
Yeah, no kidding.
But yeah, I mean, just I'm looking at myself on my screen. I'm like, I look like a can of smashed.
You look like you're ready to pass out.
I look like I'm just ready to fucking go into a coma, and it's not my choice. See somebody come in like, dude, you got a dart in your neck. Like,
you're crazy, man.
You're so crazy, man.
You're crazy.
You're so, happy birthday.
You're crazy. I'm tired.
I'm so crazy. That's how I feel. And it's so sad and stupid, but that's how I feel. I can't stop giggling.
Oh God.
This is where our show officially goes off the
off the rails.
Off the rails. Into the weeds on that dirt road. So, yeah.
No, I think that's why I think this show is going to come off as so relatable, dude. Because I think everybody can fucking relate to that shit. Like anybody.
I fucking hope so. I'd hate to be the only one thinking I'm going through this by myself, because then I'd be like, "Go fuck yous." You should share in on the pain too. But yeah,
because in all honesty, I know for a fact I went through that for. Actually, you know what? I'm not even gonna lie. I went through that the entire time I was in the police academy. Like from fucking,
I'm living at large right now, buddy.
from like seriously, like from like February all the way till graduation, which was in like fucking I think like mid-June. Dude, or was it June or July? Shit, I don't even fucking remember. See, I honest to God, I probably went on like maybe 4 to 5 hours of sleep a night. That included the days that I had off, just because I was constantly worrying about shit, dude. And
So
it's
let me ask you this question because you just made me think of this. So was this? Do you think it was self and when I'm don't get me wrong when I say this, but do you think this
speak
was like
words.
self words words? Do you think this was like self-imposed slash self-inflicted, or do you think it was like they're trying to get you used to this lifestyle of sleepless nights, being up all night, or was it maybe a combination of both?
I'm gonna be honest. I think it was a combination of probably both.
Okay.
Because you're looking at it. I mean, because you're thinking to yourself, like, yeah, there's a level of stress to this. Because there, again, being,
I mean, the level of stress being you may not fucking go home tonight.
duh,
Like that's
and
happened to somebody that I know. Like they left for the police academy for the local sheriff's office, and they came back like 2 or 3 days in, and they were like, "He's not supposed to be." Oh, and he was just like, "Yeah." They stressed that pretty hardcore, and he had a new son at the time, so it's like, "Hey, man, I get it. No harm, no foul. No skin off your nuts. Like it's not for everybody." And when they stress that shit hardcore, and you got a new kid, you got to think about, hey, where your priorities and stuff are. So like, I get it. Like,
yeah,
no fault to that guy. No harm done. No harm, no foul. All that kind of stuff. I get it.
yeah.
So please continue, man. I didn't mean to interrupt you.
No, no, you're good. But it was, because you're going into it. You got to worry about studying up for your exams. I mean, like, I mean, everything when you're at the academy is hitting you like at like fucking 50 million miles an hour. You're just like, shit, shit, shit. You got to keep going. You got to keep studying. Got to keep reading. You're going through highlighting everything and everything you possibly can. Had to decompress your ear.
Yeah.
I caught that. Eh.
My allergies, dude. That's that. I honestly think it's part of the fact that like I know there's a syndrome for it, and if you can remember this or know what it is, please comment below. But like it's kind of like when you're an ill person or you're like not feeling healthy or under the weather, you're not feeling like 100%, but somebody else becomes ill, so your body just goes whoosh, and just gets like better, so you can take care of that other person. It's like a
Right.
whole like it's a legitimate like not a disorder, but it's a whole like legitimate diagnosis of like you get better to help the other person who's sick and all that kind of crazy stuff. It's
Yeah.
strange, but
I think I know what you're talking about.
yeah, I just can't remember the name of it. I've been told it like several times, and I'm just like, so. But you got shit coming at you all directions, 50 million
Yeah.
miles an hour, highlighting this left and right,
And
blah blah blah.
but then on top of that, there's the kind, that kind of self-deprecation that you put yourself through, like, oh fuck, I fucked up on that fucking so you like your stress levels are through the fucking roof, or at least for me they were. And I was constantly worried, like, fuck, I got an exam tomorrow, fuck, I got a test tomorrow, fuck, I got to do this tomorrow, oh, this training's coming up.
And
And
do you
then
consider yourself a good test taker, or is that kind of problematic?
for whatever weird reason, I consider myself a better test taker than I do like for anything else.
Okay.
But throughout the academy, I mean, at the time, it was. I don't know what it was, but I mean, because everything for the most part was so hands on, you know.
Is that
To
your
say the
is that
honest,
your preferred learning style? Like, there's
I would
some
say
people
so.
that are
Yeah,
visual. There's some people that like hear the stuff, and there's some people that are like kinetic,
yeah.
um, where they have to do like hands on. Like when we did first aid training in the army, we're having to sit there and do chest compressions and rescue breathing, and actually getting the needle into the IV to freaking push an IV and stuff. That was awesome. Like
See us.
I am very much a hands on learner. So like the more I
Yeah,
can get of that type of learning, like let's fucking do it. Let's
I know
go.
it's gonna sound weird, but I liked sticking the IV needles in. It was really cool to me, just watching the like especially when you got the like that blood spot in the thing, and you're just like boop, and you're just like yeah, and then you take the thing and just
Jackpot! Got him.
Yeah,
Exactly.
it was something very satisfying about just like I got the vein, yeah, and then you just shove the tube in, and then
That's why they want us stupid, because like we get satisfaction like, oh my god, ooh, we got the vein. Boo boo, where'd you put the vein in the blood right there? I don't know, there, Yogi.
but
See, I
but
don't know
yeah,
why I made that reference.
it
Like,
was
just
okay, Yogi. No, but but I very much relate. I very much relate the Academy
oh shit.
uh to when we were in basic training. In basic training, I mean, what is it's the same shit. Like you're
Drinking from a fire hose.
yeah, and you're constantly on alert because you don't know if the drill sergeant's gonna be coming in to fuck with you. Like nothing. Like I mean, shit. Like my first 2 days in basic training, like I never forgot. Like they put us to bed. They made us think that we were gonna be all right. And then all of a sudden, the drill sergeants come in. What are y'all doing? And then we're just like, and mind you, we're like dog ass tired. It's fucking probably past midnight, past 1 o'clock.
I so am familiar with
And
that feeling when you're just like ready to pass out, and then shit happens. You're just like,
yeah,
I don't want to be awake.
dude,
No, what's going
I
on?
was, I was literally within, I was literally in like damn near REM sleep when that fucking shit happened. I was just, and we all
And just
standing at attention and shit.
that panic sets in, and the uneasiness and the anxiousness. You're just like, oh god, I hope they don't see that I got a chubby standing on toe in the line. Well, I'm Irish. They're not gonna know. They can't find it.
Yeah. It was so hilarious though. Like,
So I kind of have a little bit of a separate take on it. So like my dad, who is no longer with us, God rest him, like he just, it wasn't in his nature to not bust his ass and work hard.
yeah.
Like no matter what he did, he was just constantly out there. He had a hell of a work ethic, to which to this very day that I still try to emulate and still fall
Yeah.
short a lot of time, just because he
Well, I
was
mean, remember where pops came from, man. Like, like a lot. I think pretty much everybody, like most of our parents, grandparents, and shit like that. Like, especially around that time frame, dude, it was expected of the
like,
man in the family to
oh yeah,
like lead and to freaking be the provider and to
yeah.
freaking, you know,
And my dad was
to be the
born,
example to fucking bust ass, and just put that shit into and ingrain it into us, dude. You
and
know?
not just that. My dad was born in '49, so it was, we're out of World War II. We're going through the economic and the industrial boom.
Mm-hmm.
Then you had Korea coming up, and
Yep.
then Vietnam. He never went to Vietnam and stuff. But like I would sit there, and it just always fascinated me as a kid how he would come home and he had his little recliner that was, like the typical dad of that time. Like
the
that was dad's chair.
dad
Don't
chair.
If dad's home, don't sit in no damn dad chair, because dad's going to get his chair when he wants his damn chair.
I have
So
one of those chairs.
he would come home and he would just sit in that chair, and it was like, it was so funny, dude. I used to tell people, it's like the chair sucked the life force out of his body, because he just went unconscious
Yep.
like that. And now that
Because
I'm a
they're
little
so
bit,
damn comfy.
oh, they're comfy, and you're just like, oh, I'm just gonna close my eyes, but
Yep. And in my chair,
you're just done.
it is so easy to do that. Like all I have to, especially like if I put a blanket on myself, just like I'll have the blanket like up to here, and I'll just be like, yeah, this show is pretty funny. I had a nice good day.
So okay, now let's scaffold on this idea a little bit. So
Yeah.
we're starting off with the basic work on the ground floor. So now we're gonna add on the fact that the army taught me how to sleep fucking any damn way.
Anywhere.
Exactly. You'd be sitting there. Remember those cattle cars and stuff? You'd pick your helmet off and you put it back and just be, I'm just gonna catch that. just while you're out on the way to the range and stuff, like small arms or whatever the fuck you were
Yep.
doing. Oh God, it's terrible. My daughter, she's like, Daddy, you were just awake and you're asleep now. I'm like, yeah. I said, Uncle Sam. She goes, Uncle Sam is kind of not nice. I'm like, I mean, you're not wrong, kid. So, and I
Yeah.
don't mean in a bad way. I'm not trying to naysay our great, nation that we have, or the fact that we had the opportunity to serve and stuff. But yeah, you just like, eh. So, but yeah, so like the mental fatigue aspect of it, like I was saying with Brian and myself, we get together and it's like we would get together, and so Brian's a bit of a car guy, so he used to have a Jeep.
Jeep.
He's got a Jeep now, and like we just sit there, and there's quite a few guys that we watch just as a way to engage our brains in something, but you don't have to really think about it. So like there's
Yeah.
couple of great Jeep channels that we've watched. There's this one guy, he's a retired Navy guy. His channel is called Trail Recon, and he does a lot of like really cool videos of like them actually driving up these Jeep trails and stuff all the way up in the out
Yeah.
west, in the Midwest, and all that kind of stuff, in the mountain time zone. There's another guy. I forget what the gentleman's name is. He lives out in Nevada. It's called Way of Life, and he owns like 9 or 10 different Jeeps. Like he's got an old school Scrambler. He's got a JT. He's got a JL, a JK, a TJ. Like, and if for those of you that don't know what I'm talking about, those are different model years. If you're a Jeeper, they're just like, oh, I just got a Jeep boner. Yeah. Oh. So, but like
Borowski.
Damn it, it's so easy to get me to giggle, man. Stop. Remember, I'm gonna fume out and flame out here in a minute, dude. I'm just gonna be like,
Just getting that recliner, baby.
oh man, you're not lying. For me, it's the glider rocker that my mom and dad gave me and my daughter's mother when we found out we were having a baby. Which there's kind of a funny tie into that. But anyway, yeah, that mental fatigue, it's like you just kind of like have to let your brain just kind of like take it like a dish rag and just like wring it out and stuff. Like
Yep.
the reason why I really want to get a pickup truck for my next vehicle is so I can go up to like with Lakuchi State Forest, Croom, and just go drive out in the forest trails, get out in nature, make sure I take my Zyrtec like I haven't all this week, which is my allergies are like saying, hey, buddy, fuck you.
Same.
So, yeah, right?
Yeah.
Like, it's to the point where
I've seen this.
I've been sneezing like a damn fiend, dude. It's ridiculous. But I would love to have the ability, and this is what Brian and I did a lot of times, is we'd go up there, and it's like we just get out, we'd strip the top half of the door off, take the soft top down, and just get out there and drive around in the woods, and it's just like, and it's just such a like now. Don't get me wrong, your mental fatigue has been almost wiped clean because you're just like out in nature. You see a couple of deer, you see some animals, you see some butterflies, you just hear the wind rustling through the trees. It's amazing.
That's always a good feeling, man.
Oh, dude, like, oh man, it's just so freaking therapeutically awesome. And then but at the same time, you're also sitting here doing this all day. Bouncing around in the damn Jeep because the trails are like off camber and off kilter and all. It's just like when we went up to Ocala National Forest and we did the all day trail ride up there. Like, it was gorgeous. It was like in January, so it was still chilly outside. Oh man, it was just freaking amazeballs, dude. It was so
That time of
so
year's
good.
weather is
It
always
was
fucking awesome.
fucking awesome, especially up there in North Florida, dude. Like, there's no humidity. There's no like, you're just out in the middle of nature, and I'm just like, yes, that just excites me so much. Like, I just get like giddy like a little schoolboy, the idea of that. So I'm so glad I'm almost done paying this car off. I'm going to hold on to it for about a year, pocket the money from the car payment I no longer have to make. And then after a year, I'm going to get into something else, give this one to my mom. She can sell her car. So she's got something smaller, newer. It's got the backup camera on it. Much better. Like, so I drive a Sentra. She drives an old Altima, which is not a bad car. It's a great car, but it's just big, you know.
Mm.
So get her into something newer, all that kind of jazz. So, you know, but
We know.
yeah, doing all the stuff we do, this things we do for our mothers. But yeah, like just the idea of getting out there and just being able to drive out in the trails and stuff. I'm just like, I see guys with trucks. I'm like,
Hell
oh,
yes.
I want that. So, like, I'm not trying to do anything crazy.
Hell
I just want
yes.
to have the ability to. Oh God, would you shut up?
Hell yes.
Okay.
Okay, I'm stopping.
So you get the idea of what we're going with, folks. Here.
Yep.
So there's one other thing I wanted to hit on, and that's, we kind of talked about ways to counter and resolve fatigue, like just doing things to unwind. Like I mentioned, there's allergies again. Like we talk about, we talk about interests, things that we like that, we can have a constructive conversation, engage enough of our brain to kind of, indulge in something, but not to the point where like we're just taking and just making that wrung out dish rag just more and more tight and just constricted and all that kind of stuff. Because then afterwards, your brain's just like, I'm gonna need you to stop. I need a minute. Can you
Yar.
just like leave me alone? Go the fuck away. So now, Alma. So let me ask you this question: since you're more you engage in these kind of activities more, would you say that fatigue is sometimes necessary?
I would say yes, from the physical standpoint, absolutely.
Because I
Um,
know, like, you go to the gym every so often,
mhm.
several times a week. I believe you've said in the past.
Typically about twice. Yeah.
Okay,
Every
so you
other
go to the
every other time is usually like calisthenics of some kind or something like that.
So you go to the gym a couple times a week,
Mhm.
and a byproduct of of working out is having that lactic acid in your body, and that is going to cause
Correct.
fatigue. So in some cases, you would say that's kind of a little bit necessary ish.
To break down and rebuild the body stronger, yes, absolutely.
The personality is strictly on E, and it's below E, so I'm having to supplement with sweet tea. Thank you, my mother, for making another lovely gallon-sized pitcher of sweet tea. It will be gone, and I will
Nothing
replace
wrong
it.
with that. There's plenty enough caffeine in that to keep you running for the next 20.
Hell to the no. So I would say that sometimes fatigue is kind of important and necessary because you need to make yourself feel something. So there's been
Correct.
plenty of times, like after my dad passed away, I went down. I don't get out as often as I would like just because of the busy schedule of being, a therapist and, doing this show where
Adulting
we.
sucks.
Adulting is can go fuck yourself. Adulting, yeah, go fuck yous, as my good friend says. Um, but I remember, like after my dad passed away, I don't get out and do this enough, but I'll just throw on my assault pack, put some weight in it, and I go for a walk. I hate running. I know that you got an infantry guy that doesn't like running. Say it ain't so. Well, my knees are just like,
I still do
what, ruck or
it.
run or both.
Both. But I also bicycle.
See, I think that's better just because there's not as much impact on your knees. Like,
Correct.
I need, see, that's something else I gotta do. I gotta get my bike fixed up now. It's been sitting in my garage for 10 years. But yeah, I mean, going out and just kind of exerting some type of, having that physical exertion to feel something, especially like when I'm feeling like numb or I'm just like, ugh. Like most recently, I went out. This was a couple of weekends ago. I had to read over a document from my boss because that's, she's like, you got a pretty good eye for this stuff. Can you just look over this and kind of check it for all the usual, like, spelling, grammatical errors? I'm like, yeah, sure, no problem. So, like, most times when we look over, you know, documents that are related to treatment and whatnot, they're not that long. Well, this particular one was like hella long, and it took me like 3 hours to do it. And I'm just like, oh my gosh. And I can't say too much else because of HIPAA laws and whatnot. But I just after all, like my brain just hurt after doing it. I told my mom, I was like,
turned into jelly, didn't it?
I'm gonna go out and I'm gonna do something. So I threw on my fatigues, I threw on my Altama boots, I threw on. Now these are awesome boots, by the way. These are like high speed, like mountain boots that are like pretty damn dope. Not the leather LPCs speed lace boots that we all had that like tore up our damn feet. No. These are Mo Betta. So threw all that on, threw on my flick, threw on my assault pack, and I just started walking. And I go down by Armature Works. Go down by Armature Works in Tampa, which is down there on the river across from Blake High School. And I just started walking. And I got all the way up to, now normally I go up and around the backside of the convention center, but that's been under construction for a little while. So I got over to that particular point on the Riverwalk. I went up the stairs, crossed over the Platte Street Bridge, and then hit Bayshore and kept going. So I got to about 3.1 miles before I turned around. So it's right at about like a mile up Bayshore from like where the pirate ship is. So I did all that. And I'm like 3.1. I'm like, crap, this is going to end up being a 10K because 5K is about 3.1 and then 6.2 miles is 10K, which is what Alamo and I have done in the past. So it took me an hour and like 45 minutes because like I was, got out there and I was like a thoroughbred horse out of the gate. I was like, woo, feeling good. Yeah. That was my fastest lap. It was my first lap. And then afterwards, just like slowing down, the Energizer Bunny is going to slowly die. Yeah, I ran out of gas quick, but I was like, I'm not stopping. So made it all the way back to the car. Just sat there, caught my breath, just kept myself from fucking passing out and hyperventilating on the side of the car. But I was like, I kind of needed to feel that, like this, need to feel that pain, that fatigue, that tiredness, just so I can just be like, okay, good. My brain doesn't hurt anymore. My body does. So I'll take that trade-off. So, but that's kind of why I feel the fatigue is important. Sometimes you just got to force yourself to feel something. If you have that numbness, especially like upstairs in your head or in your personality, you're just like, I fucking hate people. I want to go out. So eventually, I need to get myself into a good ruck. I'm hoping to pick up a Tack Taylor ruck here soon, but they keep having issues with like
Tack Taylor is the business.
Amazing. Shout out to the guys at Tactical Taylor up there in Tacoma. You guys make awesome shit. But yeah, freaking. I'd love to get myself, because that assault pack, it only carries so much. Like, I'd love to carry something better, but just have that. That's what I'm used to, man. Like having that suspension system, having that kidney pad where it's up off your back and stuff. Like, I'd love to get into one of those again. These are like the Ferraris, man. The ones we had were like Pontiacs. They're just busted down, broken all the time. No offense to Pontiac people or Pontiac cars, but hey, it's Pontiac.
Yeah.
But like, I mean,
not to mention hard to find parts for.
Oh, I know. People are buying that stuff up, but like Tack Taylor ruck is just great because it's all welded frame shit. But anyway, it'd be nice to just have that kind of ability, just to be able to go out and do all that kind of fun stuff, and especially like if we could do another 10K coming up this year, if we can get into that kind of stuff, it's like, let's do it. Let's fucking do it. So, but. Do you have anything else you wanted to add, Alamo, before we start closing this down?
Whatchamajig? On the fatigue fire for defeat fire.
That's like a cross between Celtic and Minion.
No,
my brain just said, "The fuck."
My shit, that's what my brain said because I was trying to remember where the fuck I was thinking. One thing I noticed that, especially for me, and I'm pretty sure, I almost feel like it's common for a lot of people that get like mentally fucking just burnt the fuck out, which is what we're talking about. Like,
Especially from the
noticed
mental
like
aspect of fatigue. Yeah, you
yeah,
get that mental burnout. Absolutely.
if your surrounding environment, like say for example,
Oh,
you keep everything kind of organized, everything's but when you get home, everything is shit, and you can't and nothing is organized, and you're looking around, your mind cannot relax. And because your mind cannot relax, you get even more fatigued mentally than you were before. So I would say to those of you out there that are, and I think a big part of it's down to my ADHD, but I also think it's probably just common amongst a lot of people that are just mentally just. Um,
I would to interrupt real quick, my dude. I would say I don't think I have ADHD, but I damn sure know that I have developed in the last year. I've developed a mild case of anxiety. So like when I walk into work in the morning and it's just a chaotic environment, there's not a lot of, and I don't want to give away too much, but like there's just certain aspects of the environment which are calm, cool, collected, and then it's just like it's like that song. Have you ever seen that movie? It's The Secret Life of Pets. And the
yeah,
poodle's sitting there. The poodle's like, like it's like loud headbanging music, and
yeah,
that's what it reminds me of. Like you have like somebody playing Beethoven on a nice Stradivarius, and then you just have like fucking angry, just punk shit, just like like trying to rape your eardrums.
yes.
I get so much anxiety when I walk into work and like the same people are doing the same thing, like
And
staff
it's
and
just
other students alike, and I'm just
ridiculously.
like, is it time to go? I
It's
just
the
clocked in.
it's
Damn
the
it.
cacophony of the just ridiculous.
And I'm sitting here freaking out, going, like reaching into my bag, like, there's not a bottle in here. There's not a bottle in here. Son of a bitch, someone took my nippy bottle. What the fuck? Like just it's awful, you know.
Yeah,
And then you come
but
home
yeah,
and then I have to remember to not to lose it on my kid because my kid is wonderful and she was
yeah.
not part of all that nonsense.
Hmm.
Oh,
But
by
yeah,
the way, like she's your kid. Treat her nice.
yeah,
Checkerino and the
but yeah.
Checkanonymous.
Keep your keep your home space organized. Keep your home space clean. To keep your headspace. See what I did there? To keep your headspace
Huzzah.
from just completely burning out. Because I'm telling you guys, I see it in myself quite a bit. That especially like if things are not right around home, I cannot relax, and it just I get more anxious. I get more stressed out. Do what you can to just organize your space. Do what you can to, you know, try to rest up more. I mean, physical and mental on that side of things, physical and mental fatigue. If you're not resting anywhere near the way you should, you're going to end up having fatigue mentally and physically. And at a certain point, your body's going to check out. That's not good for the people around you.
We could have our
It's
own
just not.
album. We'll call it chronic fatigue.
Mm-hmm.
So there's one last thing I wanted to add that you made me think of when you said that last piece. Not only keeping your home space organized and stuff, but just differentiating between workspace, home space. Keep those sons of bitches
Yes.
apart. And that's something that I learned from our good friend Brian. He's like, dude, I come home, because a lot of times he'll have to like do paperwork related to his stuff at home or, like finish up like writing up notes or some whatever the case may be. Um, but he's like, dude, I don't want to be home because like home's where I come to rest, and it's also where
Yes.
you know, I have to do work sometimes. So like, it's just hard. So he like has his own office where he goes and does stuff. There's an office upstairs. I know downstairs is like, no, this is a living area. No, no, no. So like, it's brutally, brutally, brutally fucking important to keep that separated space, home space, personal space, work environment, just slide them some bitches apart and
Yep.
call it a day. So, you good, man?
Yeah, I think we're good.
Cool. So that's our chat on fatigue. Please feel free to leave your comments wherever you're viewing this, whether it's on one of the apps, the audio apps, whether it's on YouTube or whatnot. We'd love to hear back from you. Just remember to hit that like, subscribe, share, hit that notification bell, all that good stuff.
Hit that Rumble button. Don't forget, if you're watching us on Rumble, hit that Rumble button and make sure it's a positive Rumble, please. And also leave feedback. Comment section is going to be our best friend on, I think, any of the platforms that we're on. Leave us some comments. Say, hey, you guys had a great subject, but you guys sucked at your conversation on it. Hey, we'll take that into account and go from there.
The gringo with the large head looks like Jim Brewer when he's tired.
McNoggin.
Noted. Shut your fucking face, Uncle Fucker. You're a motherfucking fucker, Uncle Fucker. So let's close this out. So for those of you that don't know, Alamo and I have been friends for a long time. We've been friends for going on 20 plus years. We started this podcast when we worked an event for his wife. If you haven't checked out Flipside Mentorship, please do so. Awesome message, awesome thing they got going on over there. It's run by, coincidentally enough, Alamo's wife, Tisha. She is just a freaking gem of a person. Great, kind soul, all that good stuff. So we worked an event for Flipside Mentorship, and then Alamo was like, hey, man, I kind of got the itch. I'm like, they make cream for that. Not that itch. I got the itch to work together. Did you use Gold Bond powder? Shut up, dude. Listen. All right, tracking. So he's like, we got to do something to work together, man. Like, I miss the interaction we have with each other. I'm like, yeah, okay. What do we do? And he's like, I don't know. So we can do a podcast. I'm like, I don't know shit about a podcast. And he literally said, dude, they put a fucking monkey in space. I'm like, yeah, that's very valuable information. That's true. So we thought about it and kind of put it on the back burner. And then we found out a good friend of ours that we used to work with, John, had unfortunately chosen to solve a temporary problem with a permanent solution. And that's so tragic and unfortunate because John was a guy worth knowing. He was a great dude. He gave you the shirt off your back. He was just an absolute joy. He's that one person that you're like, work is so much fun, and I can't believe we haven't got called into the HR office yet. Like, holy shit, Like, Alamo's grinning right now. If you're watching on a video feed or where you can watch this video of this podcast, Alamo's giggling right now, and he's got that goofy, shit-eating smirk on his face because he knows all of the dumb shit that we did where we're just like,
yep,
we got lucky. Let's never do that again. But yep. John was that kind of guy, and to find out that John, was gone and couldn't be talked to again was just gut wrenching. I saw on Facebook where somebody had posted, like, I'm gonna miss you, John. I was like, miss you? Like, what the fuck? And then you find out that John took his own life. So I called Alamo and I was like, hey, dude. I said, did you hear about John? And he's like, no, man. I need to call him and reach out to him. His birthday's coming up. I'm like, you can't. John's gone. So it was just like kind of one of those like shitty fucking reality check moments. But I said, dude, you remember we talked about doing whatever? It's like, I'm in. This is like one of those aha moments, and like the light bulb ding goes on in your life moments, and it's just like, I'm in. Let's do this. Let's fucking kick this pig. So we decided on doing this podcast, and what this podcast is about is just helping people to remember that they need to have their story told. They need to be around. You are worth it. You matter. You should be here. Okay. As a result of coming up with the idea for this podcast, we created the Battle Bros code. Okay. And it's easy to remember. It's just the letters BROS. If you can remember those, you're going to be good. Okay,
if you can remember those.
What?
Member bears.
You're so lucky you're 100 miles away because I really want to just wring your fucking neck sometimes. Shut up and let me talk. If you can remember the letters BROS, you're going to be okay. And we're going to explain what each one of those tenets of the Battle Bros code is. So be tenacious. Be tenacious. Do you want to do? Yeah, dude. I'm good at pass the fuck out. We get off.
It's okay. We only got a couple more minutes, and then you can just
Be
go sit in your chair.
be tenacious. No matter what happens in
Oh,
life, okay, do it to the utmost of your ability. Like we talked about tonight, even when, like with my old man, he was tired all the time from just busting his ass working to support his family.
yeah.
He didn't stop. He just made sure that he brought home food to put on the table every day, and I will always be appreciative of that. And I try to emulate that a lot in my parenting and being a stand-up human being. So no matter what, be tenacious. Whatever you do, being a parent, being a first responder, being a service member, being whatever profession or job or title you claim, do it to the utmost of your ability. Ron Swanson said it best: "Don't half-ass two things, whole-ass one thing." And like that sounds so dumb. Then you think about it, like, dude, that is the most dad zen shit I've ever heard in my life.
Yep.
That's amazing. Don't half-ass two things, whole-ass one thing. All right. Good on you, Ron Swanson. Touche. R. No matter what happens, refuse to surrender. Okay. There's going to be times in your life when things don't go according to plan. Duh. It's called life. It happens. Deal with that shit. When you get knocked down, when you freaking get pushed down in the mud, okay, you slip and fall traversing an obstacle on a mud run or a tough mudder or whatever the case. You get up, you dust your stuff off, you wipe the mud and the sweat and the tears off your face, and you keep going no matter what happens. Okay.
Damn right.
Don't ever let the things around you quit because then they've labeled you a quitter. Whatever title you claim, go claim that title. Don't let somebody else claim another title for you or put that label on you. Okay? So no matter what happens, refuse to surrender. Oh, obliterate your obstacles. Kind of going in concert with the last one we talked about. There are times when things don't go as planned. That happens. Sometimes you have to traverse around the obstacles in your way. Sometimes you have to swim across the moat to storm the castle. It's like Billy Crystal said, "Have a good time, have fun storming the castle." From Princess Bride. Whatever the case may be, you think they got a chance? Not in hell. Have fun. See ya. Uh, such a good movie.
Don't fire dear.
Why do you do that? Obliterate your obstacles. I'm going to ignore the fact that Alan was trying to get me kerfuddled and mentally flummoxed and twisted all up and stuff. Sometimes when you're trying to get over these obstacles, you have to climb over, you have to climb under, you have to go around, you have to go out and shoot 100 feet off into the woods, go up about 100 yards, and then go back on the main path. That happens. Other times you can't. That's not going to work. Sometimes you have to breach that shit with C4 and Bangalores, or other times you might just need to, do what this guy did and back a striker to some shit. Just be like, "Hey, we got a door.
Damn straight.
There's a door. In they go by twos. Yay." So obliterate your obstacles. No matter what happens, keep going until you hit that OBJ, that X, hit that mark, hit that target. Time on target, all that good shit. S. Most importantly of the most important tenet of the Battle Bros Code: seek out help in a time of need. Hopefully, in a perfect world, which we don't live in.
Yeah.
We don't live in a perfect world, but
as much as people want to act like it is.
Let's say that for another conversation.
Yeah.
In a perfect world, you have somebody you can call. You've got that ride or die, that bestie, that BFF, the BFFF, the best fucking friend forever. You have that person you can call when things get shitty and rough and all that stuff. That isn't always the case. Okay. I know that if I ever get into a pickle or a jackpot or some kind of bad headspace, I can call this guy. He's gonna pick up the phone and be like, "Hey man, what's up?" And I'm like, "I am not in a good place." All right, cool. I'll come to you. You come to me. We'll talk about it at the very least. Whatever. It's crucially important that you have somebody that you can count on because humans, we are social creatures.
Yep.
We are not meant to go through things alone. We do better in groups, in pods, in families, just kind of like primates and all that kind of stuff. So, in the event you don't have somebody you can reach out to, a service member, a friend from the military, a coworker, family member, There are resources out there. One of the big ones is the National Suicide Prevention Hotline. If you're thinking about doing something to hurt yourself, or thinking about doing something to go down that road of permanency, when the temporary problem is just like, okay, it's not so bad.
Yeah.
Reach out to these folks. They have a 800 number. It's 1-800-273-8255. Again, that's 1-800-273-8255. Or you can also dial or text 988. That's 988. And you want to hit, I think, option 1 to talk to somebody immediately. They have trained professional staff there 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, if you feel like there's no way out, because there is a way out. Okay, you deserve to be here. You deserve to have your story told so you can give your knowledge, wisdom, and expertise to the future generations beyond yourself. Okay.
Yar.
So just remember, and if you have any other help, and like you said, hopefully you can reach out to somebody close to you. If not, reach out to somebody at the suicide prevention hotline. Get yourself some help, because you're worth it. Okay. Self-care is something we all need to practice and get better at. So, excuse me. To recap, if you can remember those 4 tenets of the Battle Bros Code: be tenacious, refuse to surrender, obliterate your obstacles, and seek out help in a time of need. If you can remember those 4 pillars of what we're talking about, you're going to be okay. So, appreciate your time.
Right.
I'm going to hand it off to Alamo. He's going to close us out, and then we're going to get the hell out of here. So, Alamo, take it away.
If you would like to get in contact with us on the social medias, you can do that over on facebook.com/battlebros.podcast. You can also do that on the Instagram at battlebros_podcast. Remember that the instant messaging system on those platforms are available to you to be able to contact us. And you can do that pretty much any time of the day. We will typically get back to you within that same 24-hour period. So please just drop us a line. If you have show suggestions.
Most times.
If you have show suggestions, drop them down there. See,
I speak words. Yeah.
Speak words.
Karma.
See, yeah. If
make fun of me the whole fucking show now. How the tables
show suggestions, go ahead and drop them down in our comments section. You can also do that at our email at battlebrospc@gmail.com. You can also catch us over.
We are both emotionally sucking wind right now.
Yeah. Yeah. You could also do that on the Twitter. It's run by Elon now, so come on, give him a little bit of slack. You could do that, and you could hit us up on the Twitter at BattleBrosPC. If you like what you see, if you like our beautiful faces, you can see us also, besides here on the YouTube, you can see us over on rumble.com. All you got to do is go to rumble.com, enter in Battle Bros, all one word, and it'll take you directly to our little page right here, and you'll be able to see every single episode that we have on the YouTube uploaded right here on the Rumble. Which, by the way, our Go to Sick Call, damn it, has over 41 views over on Rumble. I'm very, very surprised by that. Yeah.
Hey, man.
Very impressified. Very impressified. So we're doing good over there on Rumble right now as well. Just like I said, it's a different platform. Everybody has that new platform of choice now, and if you choose to go over there on the Rumble and support us there, fuck yeah. Do it, man. We'd love to. Hey, Rumble, I heard, is going to pay us a little bit more, just a little bit more easier, as long as we get the views, So,
why you look eventually like fucking do it? Go to Rumble, watch us over there. It's awesome.
So, just catch us on all the audio platforms that you can. You can also catch us over on any audio platform that you listen to us. Every episode will be uploaded on there. I am working on the last few. You can catch us over on now Spotify for podcasters. You can catch us on Spotify. You like Anchor actually is
Apple
not a
Music,
thing
Google
anymore.
Music, iHeartRadio.
Audible. Which by the
We're
way,
on Audible?
we are on Audible, my friend.
No shit. That's awesome.
Fuck yeah.
Yeah.
And all them
Can't
good
carry a tune.
platforms.
I'm tired.
All them good platforms. So basically, if you have a preferred audio platform, listen to us there. We're probably going to be there.
Yeah. Two last things I want to say. I forgot one of them, so we'll just say the one last thing.
That you speak words?
No, it wasn't that. So, yeah, I probably drew a blank now. Oh, special shout out to our friend Amelia. She's got a business that we want to help her support. It's called Sassy Girl Apothecary. If you go to sassygirlapothecary.squarespace.com, and remember, girl is spelled Gurl, Sassy Girl apothecary.squarespace.com. She does homemade soaps and whatnot. We tried out some of her stuff when she first got going. She does soap, she does candles. It's all very, very much it's all good, awesome stuff. It's made.
Correct me if I'm
at
wrong
home.
though. She's working on some new stuff too, ain't she? Some like new scents and stuff.
I don't know. I can neither confirm nor deny that information.
Got it.
But anyway, they're like $5 for a bar soap. It's awesome. They smell freaking great. Alamo's a real big fan of the rum and coffee, because he's a Puerto Rican dude. So rum and coffee is like,
hey.
I'm a big fan of the denim and leather scent. Just kind of a nice
denim.
That's all I got, folks. Good night. See you. Hey. Ass Clown sees a Mario movie and he's sitting there making jokes about it. It's like, it took me a second. I'm like, no, he did. Yeah, he did. But I'm a real big fan of her denim and leather scented soap. It's been like one of my go-tos if I can get it available and whatnot. They're $5, man. Like $5 with plus shipping. It's awesome. The candles are great as well. So please please check it out. Sassy Girl Gurl Apothecary. sassygirlapothecary.squarespace.com. Send some love her way. She's a good friend of ours. She would appreciate it.
Plus, since it's that natural soap, it's got none of that like detergents and all that crap.
Yeah, it doesn't give you like that sticky film,
and you don't have that. Feeling. You don't have any of that like flaky crap coming off of your freaking skin and shit.
No, this shit's good.
It's and it's so fucking great on a shave, dude.
Alma, you've been using some of it to shave with, right?
I've been I use it to wash my body, but I also use it to shave. And oh my god, my face is so silky smooth. And I don't know what it is, but
more so than normal.
Yeah, but I don't know what it is. It's almost as if like the soap itself, because I think she uses like goat milk or something. Or what is it? What does she use?
I don't remember.
It's a lot of different.
I'm barely remembering my name right now. You realize how tired I am, dude? Like, holy shit.
Either way, the ingredients, like again, they're all natural. The stuff that she uses in there is all natural. And because it's all natural, it like brings out the natural oils in your face so that you have that like silky that feel maintaining on your face. It's amazing.
You should really go and check out the exfoliation bar. It's made out of like charcoal and stuff.
Yes.
Like I use that and it works wonders. So please give her some love. Please send some love her way. It's $5 for bar soap. It's better than any of that shit you find in the store. Irish Spring, go fuck yous. It's crap. So this is much better. We like it. We approve it. That's why we're shouting it out on our show and all that good stuff. But anyway, thank you so much for stopping by for our conversation on fatigue. This has been episode 063 of the Battle Bros podcast with Mac and Alamo. We're talking about fatigue and what that looks like. How do we combat it? All that good stuff. Thank you so much for stopping by. We hope to see you back down the road again soon. If this was your first time, hopefully you liked it. If you didn't, hey, no harm, no foul. We appreciate it. You stopped by anyway. If you're coming back again, we appreciate you coming back again. Just remember, hit that like, subscribe, share button, hit that notification bell on all your platforms. And remember, folks, it's not always about you. Sometimes it's about passing it along and paying it forward.
It's about the person that you're here to spread the message to.
Yeah, sometimes you pass it along to somebody, they pass along, gets to the person who needs to hear the message. And if it's not meant for you, that's okay, as long as it's meant for somebody. It's amazing that we've had over 1,200 views on YouTube. It's amazing we have all this viewership on these other platforms and whatnot. My biggest statistic and my metric that I'm keeping track of is if one person says, hey, I was going to kill myself, and I saw your show, and you guys had me laughing, or you guys had me thinking, or you guys had me crying, or a combination of the three, and I'm here because of you guys. That would be the most amazing fucking thing related to the show. It would be
amazeballs, man.
It would be amazeballs. Oh, that's what I was going to say. The last thing I wanted to say is we're still waiting on somebody to send in the Alexa videos. So
that's right. Yeah.
If you have Alexa and you're listening to the show, if you say, hey, Alexa, play the Battle Bros podcast, take a video of that, send it to us, and we will give you a shout out on the show.
And remember, we're on Amazon Music and Audible now. So if you say that to Alexa, you should pop up with us.
Yeah. It should be awesome. So be the one, do it. You know you want to. So again, thanks for watching our show. Thanks for listening to our show. Thanks for stopping by for our discussion. We greatly appreciate it. And just remember, be tenacious, refuse to surrender, obliterate your obstacles, seek out help in a time of need. If you can remember those 4 things, I promise you, everything's gonna be okay. So
if you can remember those 4 things,
if you can, that's what I said. Shut up, dude. Damn it. Fuck. God, just go ahead and laugh it out. Laugh it up, fuzzball. Anyway, just totally. Please don't kill my vibe. You just killed my vibe. On that note, folks, we want to say thank you again. Thanks for stopping by. This has been our show. Hopefully you like it. If you didn't, hey, you get it. So until the next time, we'll see you down the road. We love you. We thank you. We are gracious that you stopped by. And just remember, stick around. Somebody wants you here. Somebody needs to hear your story. Okay? Until the next time, this has been the Battle Bros Podcast. We are out of here.
Battle Bros out.
And this cocksucker's still laughing because he thinks he's funny. Yep. Awesome.